Tulane will kick it off to get this game under. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the UTSA Roadrunners offense will have the football first. And onto the field comes Will Henderson. He put up numbers, more than 200 yards and a couple of scores in their victory last time out.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been the running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this guy and his physical style running the football, and I expect to see a little bit of that again today.
On play action. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Dropping back, it's McCown. Got his man. Great job by this defense knowing exactly where the marker was. He needed to get it to the 30, and they stop him at the 29.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on 4th. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got the ball, and right now, that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like.
And it's the Roadrunners. They're moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, it's Henderson. Enough to move the chains. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. And the Roadrunners kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Tells the play fake. Lost a throw on 1st down. Pressure is on. And the pressure has arrived. Down he goes at the 30. They got the sack, but there is a man down on the play. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense defense forces a fourth down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
It's inside. It's McClure. Nice move there. Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Calls his own number. He had no chance. A host of defenders back there for a loss of 4. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Looks it in. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Roadrunner offense on its way out there to open this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Keeps it on the option. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming?
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. The Roadrunners will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Going to field this one in tight quarters. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw one first. Here comes the heat. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Grab behind the line. It's Hill.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Runs for the tackle. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Sells the run, wants to pass. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Daniels. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
He'll be stopped right at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Now to see if they want to spin that wheel of fortune. The kick is on its way. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. UTSA taking over and the offense heads out to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. From the gun, it's Donald. Breaks the tackle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Incomplete as the screen goes right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down. And it's the Roadrunners. We'll try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the quarter coming. Snags a quick pass on the left. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wide receiver going in motion. Selling the fake. They're all over him. Caught. Can't get him to the ground. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads in the nick of time.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Quick give, it's Peterson. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And the Roadrunners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he's got some space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Got his man out of the backfield. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Roadrunners need to pick it up on 4th down. Needs it. And that's not going to come close as the defense stops him well short of this first down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Running inside. It's McClure. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Fires to the tight end.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Hard running there. Makes the stop at the 49, give him 5 yards on the play and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Turning it on. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Sweet cut there. Snags it, and there's running room. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Tulane with an opportunity on 1st and goal. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the offense inches it a little closer with the help of the half the distance to the goal penalty. And the defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. Out wide left, it's Lewis. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion. These last 2 plays have just made you go, what are you doing? 3rd and goal, a chance to set it right. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Can they salvage the drive by converting on 3rd and goal? Flip it out to the back on the screen. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Well, I think the coaches sort of got together and decided, hey, on this drive, we're going to establish the run. We're going to be more physical. First 2 plays of the drive are run plays, and both have had success. The players have gotten the message very, very clearly. We have got to come out here, and we've got to win the line of scrimmage.
He's now up to 83 yards rushing in this game and getting closer to 1,400 for the season.
And this offense is clicking, man. This defense is going to have to find something in a hurry, right? That's 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down on every single play they run.
On the ground, it's Henderson. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Running the red zone. It's Henderson. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Heading to the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns.
That is a big-time gamble, man. I was second-guessing the head coach deciding to go for that and not just kick the field goal in the last play of the first half, but he trusts the big fellas up front. They decide to run the ball. They get movement, and he plows his way in for a touchdown, and with it, take the lead on the final play of the first half.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We start with the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the #1 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the Bulldogs, with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country. The win puts them a game over 500 as this group looks to stabilize its season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game inside Yulman Stadium. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
And it's the Roadrunners will boot it away to start the second half. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Let's send the tight end in motion. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
I think that time offensively, you just try to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Snapped it in the shotgun. Rush right in his face. Trying to make magic on the scramble. There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Rush is on, and down he goes.
And the defense doing its job again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground, forcing a 3rd down situation, likely to be a pass. Both defenses have played a really good football game so far.
The Green Wave in a world of hurt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Brought down at the 33-yard line as this defense gets a 3rd down stop. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy, a 50-yarder from the left hash. It is perfect. That brings them to within 1.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
On the move from inside his 5. Discards him with the stiff arm. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Roadrunner offense on its way out there to open this drive. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They'll go to the counter. Sees an alley. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Man, a lot of times offenses, they feel really good when it's 2nd and short after a good run on 1st down. You'll see them be aggressive. They choose to run the football, defense ready, now setting up a 3rd and short situation. Are they going to run it 3 times in a row? The defense probably going to be ready for that.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
the first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Out wide right, it's Hardy. Crosses the 30, he's got away. There he goes to the right. Into the house. Touchdown, UTSA. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Green Wave offense makes its way onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Under pressure. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Great job on the safety there. And how about the D tackle just collapsing the pocket? There was nowhere for the quarterback to step up into to try to buy himself some time. That D tackle walked his man right into the lap of the QB, and he gets the safety.
The run inside. It's Peterson. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. Churns into the pile. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back was one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Pulls it on the option. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Breaks into the open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Excellent pass by the back on the option. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. But I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
On the move. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And finally, we see a nice game. It's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Look out! Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. He's on the move. Shakes off the defender. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
And these are the ones that they just add up, and they're so frustrating for a defender. Trust me, I'm a defensive guy. It's just annoying. You get him in third and medium. They're going to pass the football. You play the pass well, but, man, does he have a...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Needs it here on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Henderson. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. And the Roadrunners will punt this one away. And it'll be down right there.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 20. It's a first down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Extending the play. Powers through the defender. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Ollie, what do you have?
Checking in from the UTSA sideline, we are seeing history here today. The running back has continued to run strong today, and now he is the program's single-season leader. The sideline immediately went up in arms, yelling, screaming. They are so excited for their running back, and they will continue to ride his energy here today as he makes more school history. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. And the beatdown has ensued. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And they did tack on the extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Here comes the heat. Breaks loose. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down. Short
pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. They'll run the screen. Sweet punt there. Plows through the defense. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Winning those individual 6